Hi everyone, I'm Suzanne Neufang. Thanks for joining us at the GBTA broadcast studio here in Toronto, Canada. And right now I'm speaking with Rob McTeague, who is Senior Vice President and Managing Director of Canada for BCD Travel. How's the new job going?
New job. Well, it's been 3 years, but if you think about what's been going on in the pandemic and our lack of being able to get together with people, it still feels new. It's great. I'm with BCD for 33 years. I spent most of my time working in the US and working globally. And then the last 25 years working in Latin America. A company came to me and said, would you like to work where you live? And I jumped at the opportunity. So it's great to be back in Canada.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That feels awesome. There is a lot going on in travel. And I think with the current state of not just travel recovery, but also what traveler expectations are. What are you seeing in terms of what travelers are expecting? And what are their biggest pain points right now?
Yes, I come at it from two perspectives. I'm back on the road again, so I'm a traveler, and then of course I part of the travel community, trying to work with our customers to talk to them about how to navigate these complicated times. And I think there's just the traveler expectations. They want things to be normal again. They want to do the things they used to do. They want to travel like they used to travel, and it's just not possible. I heard you talk yesterday, and I heard the panel talk yesterday about the big gap in hiring. And travelers don't understand that, yes, everything's working again, but we're not back up to capacity in terms of capability. If you think about in Canada, there's still 20% fewer flights than there were in 2019. So there's a lack of space. There's a lack of availability. We're fighting with the leisure traveler for space. We're fighting for space above our seats. So, there's just a lot of compounding issues right now that travelers are facing that make it complicated.
Does that affect the managed travel program then?
Oh, absolutely. If you think about how, as a managed travel program, you were primarily trying to think about cost, about service, and about duty of care, all of that has got, much more complicated than it's been before in so many ways. If you think about just cost, costs have risen dramatically. If you think about the lack of availability, we used to chase travelers to have them book 21 days in advance. You can't get space if you're booking less than 21 days in advance. So the days of that meeting that's going to happen on a Wednesday and you're finding out about it on Monday, that's gone. You need to plan weeks in advance to make those meetings happen.
Not all bad then. In a way, you're getting people to policy even faster because of the conditions that we have within the industry.
Absolutely. But again, managing that policy, especially in the spend category, is very complicated.
Is there a way then that you can affect and make the traveler experience better?
So, in our industry, there's never been more information in the travelers literally in their hand than we have today. And I think travelers really need to lean into that experience. I say, we talk about passengers and guests on airlines and hotels. Travelers need to be engaged in the process. They need to choose their travel wisely. They need to plan for contingencies and delays. If they're thinking that they can be in Chicago on a Tuesday morning for an 11 o'clock meeting, potentially they need to go in Monday night so that they don't experience a disruption. And also say, how important is it for me to get to that meeting on time, and what's the risk if I don't arrive at it on time, and then plan appropriately. And then during the trip, travelers need to use the information that's being given to them electronically in all of the apps, in the app from their travel management company, in the airline app. Pay attention to those reminders and use that information wisely.
All good advice for all of us as travelers as well.
Exactly.
Thanks, Rob. I'm speaking with Rob McTeague, who's with BCD Travel. Thank you so much for joining us at the GBTA broadcast studio here in Toronto, Canada.